Testing, testing, 1, 2. Hey guys, I just got back from getting a brand new phone and I wanted to say really quickly, I appreciate you guys so very much for all of the emails and all of you guys reaching out to me. I know my last video was a little much and it was a little intense. In the moment, like I really wasn't really quite sure where a lot of that energy was coming from, to be honest. A lot of it had obviously a lot to do with the square to Mars in Cancer and the full moon in Aries. And obviously this has been a very cathartic moment for a lot of people. I myself have been going through like such a healing phase currently at this time and still kind of am, especially right around this time. But I really wanted to come in and sort of touch base with you guys in regards to like a lot of the energy that's coming up, especially in particular in this month with the sun entering into Scorpio on October the 22nd. So I hope that the quality of the sound on these videos are a lot better, especially now that I got a new phone, thank goodness. And I just wanted to get this video out to you guys as of this moment. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the messages that are coming up for this time. Right now we do have the moon currently in the sign of Gemini, and it is aspecting and trining Pluto and Capricorn. And so there's a lot of energy in regards to the efforts that we're putting into the action that is necessary in order to move things forward in a brand new way. The moon in Gemini is a time of communication, exploration, and also allowing yourself to be open to new thoughts, new plans, and ideas. This is a really good time to also feel grounded, stable, secure, and connect with, what is most important for you in regards to a very transformative time coming up, especially in the month of Scorpio season. Because we do have a lot of energy coming up this month, we really want to take the time out to make sure that we're connecting with the proper desires that we have for ourselves in the way that is necessary in order to manifest and to create a much broader plan or an idealized situation in regards to connections, relationships, other people, things along those lines, or to create some sort of stability within that energy, because the energy is only going to ramp up throughout the rest of the month. So we do have the King of Swords card here, which is air energy. And with the King of Swords, this has a lot to do with clarity and also epiphanies of sorts. The King of Swords is able to wield the power or the manifestation into action in order to create and to build upon something moving forward, especially here with the Ace of Coins card here. The Ace of Coins does represent stability, manifestation, tangible things like creating things, moving things forward. So with the sun in Scorpio, the energy or the guiding principle of Scorpio is I desire. Though superficiality simply will not do, especially in this month, because we have so much very significant energy that's coming up throughout the month that is going to kind of tilt the energy in a certain way. And it's very important to just not overdo things or to jump to conclusions and things like that. You really want to take your time with this energy because, the energy can be sort of ramped up in a certain way where it becomes a bit aggressive, especially in this month, because we do have Mars, which has been in Cancer, sort of pre-shadow. Three of Swords card here at the bottom of the deck, and it is moving into Leo on November the 3rd. So where Mars in Cancer was all about like protecting the people that you love and like connecting and making sure that like the people that you are caring about are safe and secure and things like that, Mars in Leo is more of a pinpointed energy, and it is more aggressive, and it can become aggressive, especially at the end of the retrograde in early December, where the energy can kind of explode if you're taking kind of the wrong path in life, or you're kind of making decisions based on aggressive actions and things of that nature. I'm just going to keep it 100% honest in this video. Like, that's not to like, kind of paint anything out to be a certain way or like skew energy or whatever. Like, honestly, like I'm just here to honestly like give the realistic, proper message in regards to like what is going on astrologically. Three of Swords card here, this could be like a feeling of being like double crossed or betrayed or something like that. I would suggest like the best thing to do is just kind of like take it easy, especially during this season. We did have Venus in Scorpio. So when Venus was in Scorpio, the energy was already kind of like driven towards very deep, internalized, underneath the surface kind of situations and things of that nature. And now with Venus in Sagittarius, that's kind of the road that you want to take. It's kind of like taking the high road towards like transformative actions, especially in this month. And it's being able to understand how to transmute the energy, especially with the sun in Scorpio, because Scorpio is all about like transformation and like alchemy in a sense. And now with Venus in Sagittarius, it's a very open, very kind of lighthearted energy when it comes to like relationships, allowing for the energy to just be at flow. So luckily with Venus in Sagittarius, it is more of a lighthearted, very optimistic vibe when it comes to relationships, because Venus is a planet of love, beauty, and harmony. So we do have the Two of Wands card here, playing the long game and create through the actions that are most important in order to have more stability in regards to connections, relationships, and things like that. We do have the Ace of Wands card here, which does represent a spark, or it can represent like a desire or actions in a certain way. And desire is kind of like the playing field of this season, especially when the sun enters into Scorpio, because it is about the drive and the determination to continue to create and transform the energy in a particular way. Though as we begin to kind of enter into this retrograde phase in the month of November and into December, like I said, Mars and Leo is going to be a bit of a more argumentative energy, and you can kind of find yourself in a space where you may be trying to I don't know, like maybe kind of control things in a certain way, when it's best to just not overdo things that are leading towards aggressive action. So the more that you could be at flow and at ease with yourself and your connections, relationships, and things along those lines. We do have the Ace of Swords card here, but we do have the Queen of Swords with the King of Swords, and anytime that there is a suit, that does represent like a connection. But this is just not really necessarily a time to focus on those particular matters. Though with Mars going retrograde, it can definitely be a time to recalibrate and not so much a time to initiate new things, because it can become a quality of, again, like the energy being tilted in a certain way. Like you don't want to fall victim to that. Like you don't want to fall into that space of like getting too caught up in like other people's things or in relational matters that are kind of out of balance in a certain way, or driven by an exterior motive. Because with Mars going retrograde in Leo, it is about an internal shift or an internal change towards like development and changes within yourself. It's a time to go back and revise plans and like where you are now. And so there is a bit of a need to kind of readdress and reassess particular matters in order to move them forward properly, in consideration with like external things or things outside of you that may seem a bit out of sorts in a way. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. So you may be having to kind of like allow things to just be and like go with the flow of things, and allow yourself to be open to, you know, particular projects, ideas, plans that are more, I don't know, like more optimistic and like more free flowing in a sense when it comes to Venus and Sagittarius, especially in particular. So on October the 18th was when Venus entered into Sagittarius, and it's just a time to just not be so fixated on a particular quality or relationship matter, and more so just be very much open and like go with the flow kind of vibe. We will have a new moon in Scorpio on October the 1st, and it is trine Saturn, which is bringing a lot of stable energy to the emotional aspects of relationship matters and things like that. This is a lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of these.